Hi everyone. As we have already discussed that we have already discussed the planner, planner agent, and researcher. Right now, after we have done the research, what is left to see is basically we have some queries which we want to search over the web, right? So now we need to know how the web support works. Basically, how our web support works. Basically, how does the browsers work and everything? So that we need to know, right? So let's see basically from the code how exactly it works. So till now, what we have learned is we do a research.execute, is a researcher.execute, and we get a research, right? From this research, we can get our queries and we can join all our queries together in a single, string with commas. And then we also have this ask user if the LLM wants to ask something to the user, right? And if something is like, let's say if there are queries and the length of queries is greater than zero and or ask of user is not empty string. If ask of user is not an empty string, then also uh, basically what we need to do is we need to so add message from Devika. So basically this function also works with the project manager in which when we write add message from Devika, it basically helps us uh, write this message inside the from in the behalf of Devika basically, right? So yeah, so basically this is the internal monologue. No, this is basically the message, and this is also a message, right? So what happens is basically we have this, and if there is any query, then we basically ask the query, right? From the user, correct? And you can see here also, like while we didn't get our user query, we continue this loop until we just wait for the user query, and that's it. And whenever we get one, we say thanks from our message deriva, and we just move out, right? And then we set our agent state to active. So agent state is basically a state either deactivated or activated. When an agent is active, it means that the agent is working on something, and if it is deactivated, then it means the agent is not working on something. So now we have some queries, and the queries length is greater than zero. So we do a search. So self.search queries, self.search queries, project name, right? So we have this search queries in which we store the search queries in this project name. So let's go to this function. So we have this search queries function in which we have self.engine. Basically, there are three search engines, either DuckDuckGo, Bing, or Google. So whatever our search engine is, we basically just equate it to that, right? And we log also. I don't know, because of probably debugging helps. And then we convert all our queries to a lower one, and then we do a web search basically what happens is we equate this with Bing search or Google search or DuckDuckGo. So what exactly are these? These are classes in which there are search functions written. Basically, they use this is basically an API call, which, which does an API call with the API key of Bing or Google, and DuckDuckGo is free without any API key. So what happens is it searches and then gets the first link also. Get the first link means after searching there are several links, right? So you can get the first link using this, right? So you can search using this, and like if it is Bing search, if it is like Google search, then you can it is similar. Again, there is a search function which has some parameters which you send in the API response request, API request, and you get some response here when we request. And you can also get a get first link over here. Similarly, again, we have DuckDuckGo also, in which we have Duck, which basically does our search thing. You can see search self.duck. So basically, this is basically the search thing which is happening, and this is pretty good. In which basically I'm not explaining you the search code because it is not relevant to Devika. You can obviously get an idea on how to do it and how exactly what are these and everything just by reading it. So these are basically web searches, and those web searches that we use to do queries, right? And whenever we have this result of a query, we can just get the first link. And once we get the first link, we can go to that link. How exactly can we go to that link? Self.open page. So there is another function called open page, in which, and you will also imagine why there isn't this emit agent screenshot. I'll also tell you that. So open in this open page, so there is this browser equal to browser.search. So there is this browser, right? So it does this start thing. So it is now the browser is now start. Then browser says go to this URL, self.page.go to comma URL. So this is basically just a function, and you don't need to overthink about this function. It's just a function which we use to do our stuff. Nothing more. Just to go to a URL, because Python has several infinitely many number of libraries, and it's pretty helpful actually in long term. And then we also take a screenshot of that browser page, because we need to show it in the Devika screen of the browser that we are currently searching something, and that is why there is a screenshot. And also we extract the data and the text from the browser page, like the URL, and hence basically we do a browser.extract, and then we close the browser, and then we send this open page to the search queries, in which you can see that we have browser raw comma data. The data contains our all the text. So we format it using a formatter. I will explain you what a formatter is in the next video. Please stay tuned for that. And what a formatter does basically, we can also see it. You can just click on the next video to see. And if it has not yet come, so wait for it. It will come in a day or two. Once we have this results dictionary, we just return the results dictionary, which will be the output of search queries. So basically, we have a list of queries, and we want to search these over the internet and get all the data out of them. So that is basically what happens over here, and that is what we have in our results. Dictionary. So that is how the browser thing works. I hope you get it. I hope you understand it. If you want to do a more deeper analysis on how the browser works, you can probably watch the code, I guess, see the code and understand. But I guess it's less important in the context of Devika. Although it is very important, but it is less important in the context of understanding how Devika works. We are not understanding how browser works, right? We're understanding how Devika works. So that is why. So this is all. I hope you understood it. If you have any queries, you can hit me below in the comment section, and we can have a chat there. Thank you. Bye bye. I hope please do subscribe. Bye.